Welcome back. Ha ha. Yo, welcome back to another video. We got a reaction going on again today. So today, it's weed is ruining a generation of men by Top Boogie. Man, subject weed, man. I'm a little different than most dudes. I ain't never really partake in weed. That's really not for me. It's just one of those things that I just ain't have really any interest in getting into. But I do know a lot of people who partake in it. I hang around people who partake in it, so I know a lot. Surprisingly, I know a lot of the ins and the outs. And I even had and have a job where I'm actually around that drug more often than you think. So I know you probably thinking, dang, this man ain't even tried or never had it. But trust me, I know more about it than you think. So let's go ahead and get into it.
This Za is not the same Za. I call this chemical Za. The old Za, bro, it used to make life beautiful. You'll go to the park.
4 to 5 blunts a day, honestly.
Bro, that's a lot, bro.
Like,
I am way too high. Damn, why I'm this high.
I remember growing up seeing those commercials saying don't do meth, stay away from meth, don't do drugs. Or even those cigarette commercials with the lady that had to talk like this with the device at her neck. Yeah, I mean, because she smoked cigarettes. Some of y'all may be too young to remember that stuff. But commercials saying stay away from drugs was a really popular thing back in the day. But weed is a drug that people have learned to love because of the calming and happy feeling that you get when you smoke a blizzy. But recently, people have been noticing that weed don't really give the same feeling that it used to. Check this out.
Yeah, and I know I'm stopping early, but it's my video, so leave me alone. But yeah, because where the weed is coming from is being mixed with all different types of different drugs nowadays. So you gotta be more careful. But a lot of people are addicted to the feeling that weed gives them, like any other drug. People don't realize that yes, weed is still a drug, and yes, if you need 4 or 5 blunts a day, you are an addict and you need to probably go seek help, because you don't need to my personal opinion, you don't need to get high that much during one day. You're an addict, but a lot of people get like real defensive when you call them an addict when it comes to weed, because they say weed, just because they feel like weed isn't harming you the same way cocaine and meth and all them other drugs do. But still a drug, you're still addicted, so you're an addict. Especially if you can't let it go, you're an addict. It is what it is, but you'd be surprised how productive a lot of people who've dropped weed have become, especially with this new weed. It puts you in a whole different place. Trust me, I deal with people with that's on that stuff all the time. Sometimes even have you spazzing out, and when you go high, you're in a whole nother dimension. It's not even the good dimension that you used to be in back in 2016, 2017. You're in a whole different dimension, and it's not a good one. Once you wake up from that or snap out of that high, sometimes you like, dang, I can't get weed from that blood no more.
We all understand this Za is not the same Za. I call this shit chemical Za. The old Za, bro, it used to make life beautiful. You'll go to the park with your partners, spark some Za, and damn it, my brother, you're living great. Oh, this new Za? Oh, this new Za make your ass a different person. You fucked up, you can't think. At least you can't think about shit that's gonna help your ass. You just think about all negative shit. Nigga thoughts beating your ass. It's all negative. You ain't good enough. Yeah, that nigga finna crush you. Hey, bro, it's like you borderline skits, bro. This not no game. If you keep hitting that shit and you starting to feel, hey, this shit ain't really giving me that same feeling it used to. It probably ain't the same shit.
See, I did 10 years.
That's hilarious, because that remind me, there's a female that I know who back in the day, she said when she smoked, she was able to, I guess, be crossfaded, smoke and drive, smoke and drink and drive, and she was good. She was driving from one state to another state, but now she can't even drive while she high, because she too paranoid, and she feel like an accident is gonna happen. And that's how you just know the stuff that's in the weed nowadays is different. They add extra chemicals and all this extra stuff. But like I said, when you so locked in on something and you feel like you need it, you're not gonna let it go. You just gonna keep pushing through and pushing through until one day your weed end up having some a drug that you don't that could possibly kill you, like fentanyl in there. And then, you know, if you recover or make it out from that, you trying to drop it then. But that's what I'm saying. People are addicted, and it is what it is. You do what you do what you want to do. But all I'm saying is be careful, because these drugs is just going to start. They're gonna start mixing more and more stuff into this weed, and then next thing you know, it's in your system.
Years in the military, so my days of smoking has long been over. But I had my moments in college. I mean, I was never one of those stoner dudes. But I remember back then just being amongst friends, and it would just be a whole lot of laughter, a whole lot of joking. But it seemed like nowadays, these dudes be so mellowed out to the point they walking around like zombies. I have family members that still smoke, and every time I'm around them and they're high, it's like I'm talking to an empty vessel. Like they walk around like zombies and stuff. I'm like, yo, like, what is this weed doing to you? Like, dang, no more laughing, no more giggles. You don't want to tell a joke or two? I used to joke all the time. This new age weed got y'all walking around stuck.
I hate when people ask me, like, how do I cope with pain? Because, bitch, I'ma always say I smoke. Like, people might not realize, but, bitch, weed and, bitch, like, it's like, I don't know, it's like smoking just didn't help me out through so much. Like, bitch, it done got me through the roughest time. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like you just can't explain it. It's like an undescribable love. It's like an undescribable internal peace.
I've met a couple people that's like this as well. What people don't realize is that they think that the weed has helped them through so many tough times, but it hasn't. Because all it does is once you smoke that weed, yeah, you high. But what happens when you come back down from that high? You never actually deal with the problems when you went up, when you got that high. The problems was never dealt with. So you come right back down, and they still sitting there. So people believe that the weed is actually helping them, but it's not. I'm telling you, it's not helping you. You actually have to go out there and resolve that issue, whether it's with yourself or seeking out a professional. But if the issue never gets resolved, you just mentally did some mental gymnastics and pushed it to the back and made it seem as if it was solved, but it hasn't been solved. Trust me, I know, man. If I can bring up that homegirl again, she got so many issues, so many problems that ain't been fixed. I ain't saying she used weed to fix her problem, but she had so many issues and so many problems that you could tell if she go seek a professional, maybe a big weight will be lifted off her shoulder. But unfortunately, that's a lot of people don't feel like seeking professional help isn't the route to go, and that they good. And yeah, you're right, you good. So you keep trucking along, man.
That it gives you.
See, here's my problem with people that use weed to cope, or any substance for that matter, whether it's drinking or smoking. Although the problem disappears while you're high or you're drunk, what happens when you come down from your high? Now you're sober and you're sitting there like, dang, I got really bad anxiety. And it's coming from unchecked traumas and experiences. You never really got a perspective shift on it. You never really healed or created some type of understanding through it. You just coped by smoking. So you ain't have to feel the anxieties. You ain't have to feel the pain. So
Facts.
Because you're not actually addressing the issues that you're experiencing throughout life, once you're sober, all of those things hit you. All of those emotions and feelings hit you. So the cycle continues because you don't like the feeling of all this pressure, all this anxiety, all this buildup, all these extra thoughts. So what do? You smoke again.
What? I know, bro. I know niggas who they wake up and smoke. They eat their first meal of the day and smoke. After the meal, they smoke. They go outside and sit on the staircase in the apartment complex and smoke. And they sitting there smoking all day, all day. People walking up and down the stairs. They on 3, 4, 5 blunt. And then, you know, the day's still going by. You finally go get dinner. You smoke before you eat. You smoke after you eat. And then can't go to sleep. So you smoke again just to go to bed. It's like, God, Lee, man. Like, damn, get yourself together. And the funny thing is, a lot of those people that just from the people I know, a lot of those people are unproductive. A lot of those people are unproductive and complaining about why they still where they at, or how the world is against them, this, that, and the third. Maybe if you put the blunt down, maybe that'll help clear up your mind. Maybe that can get you to the point. That can get you to the point to where you think of some better options and get yourself out of the situation that you're in. But people don't want to hear that. People, oh, I'm not an addict. All right, cool. You're not an addict. You're right. And I hope your situation get better. Hopefully the weed can get you to that dream job or get you to that dream apartment or that dream house that you're looking for.
Creating an ongoing cycle, never really dealing with why do you have to smoke in order to deal with life? Like, why do you need a substance in order for you to walk through your day? Like, have you ever asked yourself that? Anytime you have to mask your pain behind a substance, that's how addiction is created.
3 signs you need to stop smoking that Za, bro. Number 1, bro, if you can't sleep without smoking, you gotta stop. That shit is going to get you depressed so motherfucking fast, bro. I promise you. You gotta learn how to sleep without it. You gotta take a break. You gotta learn how to sleep. And then you can start again, but you gotta fix that relationship. You have to be able to sleep without it. Number 2, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Look at what you're doing. Are you falling back? Are you slowly starting to not care about anything or anyone? Because it happens fast and you don't even realize it. You kind of just stop caring about anything and you kind of just let your life fall off to where all you do is smoke and scroll through TikTok, and it's not good. If all you want to do is eat, sleep, watch movies, do bullshit when you smoke, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. You gotta be productive. You gotta be productive. You gotta do something with your life, bro. Lock in.
This was a terrible
this
video.
This little kid shit don't last forever, man.
Ain't get nothing out of whatever he's talking about.
You need to grow up. Now, if you cool on all these things and you responsible with it, then you good. You feel me? Like I dabble in it, but after all the business is taken care of, I can't function off of all that. You feel me? I don't know how y'all do it, but I can't do it. I'm not 100%.
The thing is like, if you really wanted to improve your life in today's, you would look at the things you do in your life that you don't like and you know it's not helping you. Then you cut those off. And that right there is the hardest task for 95% of people. Mm-hmm. Because if you know you shouldn't be smoking and you know smoking weighs on you and you know it makes you super tired, yeah, you can stop for 1 day, but how about after 7 days? What about 14 days? What about 21 days when the withdrawals start hitting you and you really, really want to smoke? Or what about when your friend asks you, yo, let's smoke? Are you going to say no? Do you know how to say no? So those are like really big decisions that people have to learn how to do. Those self-help books may work for some people. I'm not saying it doesn't, but also
a lot of people also don't have the mindset to stop. Like he said, when you get those withdrawals, you got people around you asking you to smoke. Trust me, even though I've not gone through it, getting over an addiction is very, 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 very tough. So I definitely can understand that. But, if you put yourself in the right mindset and, keep going 1 foot in front of the other, you can overcome it. It's possible. I know a couple niggas in my life who've overcome that addiction of weed, and just from them, they're doing a lot better in life. They're doing a lot better in life. I met so many people who smoke weed a lot or even on occasion, and they just stagnant in life. But their skull is so thick that trying to get through to them and show them that things could be better if you do it this way or that way. They don't want to hear none of that, and that's cool. You live your life the best way you know how.
I believe there's a common core foundation that every person who really wants to change their life should look at, and that's discipline, learning how to say no, and contributing a lot of their time to doing things that they don't want to do.
But y'all do me a favor, smash that like button so the algorithm could really pick up this video. I want to hit 2,000 likes as a record on my page right now. So go ahead and smash that like button for me. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you. Look, man, I ain't speaking down on nobody that smokes. What I'm calling you to be is more self-aware. Like, ask yourself, why do I have to smoke? Why can't I go without smoking? Can I actually go without smoking? Is people telling me to stop doing this? And am I just coming up with a reason to keep doing it? And am I a better person if I smoke? And ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? And is smoking helping you get there? And also, is there something better you could be doing with your money? Like, I have a lot of people that ask me for money, y'all. A lot of people that, yo, I can get $10, yo, I can get $15. There's certain family members, I don't hear from them unless they need some money. You want to know why I don't want to give to those people? Because how are you asking me for $10, but you always have a blunt in your hand? You always have a blunt in your ear.
Facts.
You're always high when I talk to you. How do you have enough money for drugs? let's call it for what it is, or plant, but you don't have enough money to possibly put gas in your car. If you are buying drugs instead of making sure you have enough food in your refrigerator,
Let's
or
call
making
it
sure you have
addiction.
enough gas in your car to get to work this week, if you rather buy drugs, to me, you're an addict. And now I don't feel bad for you because you have a deeper problem. And me giving you money, I honestly think I'm gonna just feed into your problem. But being high and broke is an oxymoron. You should not be both, because that tells me that you're rewarding yourself for doing no work. So you're chasing a temporary good feeling instead of earning good results out of life. Like, think about it for a second. If your brain knows that it can be satisfied just by rolling up and smoking a spliff, of course it's gonna be hard for you to push yourself in other avenues in your life, or even being consistently productive. And I know some people will argue saying,
Factual. That's why a lot of, like I said, that's why a lot of people I know is still stuck where they're at, because they are addicts. And if your brain can just get satisfaction from rolling up a blunt and smoking it, like he stated, you're not gonna push yourself to want to be more and do more. You're just gonna complain and blame the world that the world's stopping you, and the politicians don't want to see you win, and your next door neighbors prevent you from doing this and doing that. And then next thing you know, you coming up with conspiracy theories of why you ain't making it in life, and you that old dude complaining on the couch to your grandkids about how the world just stopped you from being the best version of yourself. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a cycle, but you can't help everybody. The first step is people gotta want to help themselves, and then the second step is then going to go seek that help. But it is what it is. Like I said, you live your life the best way you want to live. I ain't got nothing against smoking weed. You do what you want to do.
oh, weed is not really bad for your health and stuff like that. Weed is bad for your dopamine receptors. It's giving you a sense of gratification for something that's not actually bettering you, which is handicapping you from using your dopamine to actually conquer stuff in your life.
And why I'm this high. God, I promise you, if you bring me down, I swear I won't smoke again. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Damn,
boy, yeah, it might be on that
changing. I am way too high. And why I'm this high. God, I promise you, if you bring me down, I swear I won't smoke again. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Damn,
boy, yeah, it might be on that
changing. I'm too high. I'm about to die. Oh,
call the ambulance.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
On the smoke one on the wake up, smoke one on the way to work, smoke one on my lunch break, smoke one on my way home.
It sound like the niggas I know.
When I get home, you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta smoke another one to fall asleep. So I be getting about 4 to 5 a day, and then the weekend it could be a little more depending on what I'm doing. On the average, I smoke maybe a good 4 to 5 blunts a day, honestly.
Bro, that's a lot, bro.
Like,
listen, man, if you're productive and you're rewarding yourself, you're an adult, you can do what you want with your life. But if you know you've been trying to level up in life and it feels like a struggle, every year you look back at the last year and you're like, dang, man, like nothing has really changed. I'm still striving for the same goals and I'm still not closer to it. You have to stop comforting yourself before doing uncomfortable, necessary work for growth. And if the weed's not even making y'all feel good anymore, then why are you doing it? Like, I'm hearing they putting Fetty Wap in the weed now. Like, really ask yourself, like, yo, why can't I stop doing this? Am I addicted? Because if I replace the word weed with, like, let's just say like cocaine or something like that, and I tell you that, yo, I'm gonna stop doing cocaine, but then I mess around, go back to doing cocaine, or I mess around and relapse or something, what would you call me? An addict. But there's something about weed that mainly the people that smoke, and again, if it does something good for you, do something good for you, whatever. But an addict is an addict.
An addict is an addict. That's it.
If you can stop and you could just stop cold turkey, that's different. But if you're somebody that has told yourself, yo, I'm gonna stop doing it, and you went back to it, it's time to really have an honest conversation with yourself. I might be addicted to how this makes me feel. What do you think addicts go through?
But the tough part is coming to that realization and having that conversation with yourself, which a lot of people are not going to be able to do. Or it'll take them some time, maybe later down the line in life when they had that realization. But when you young and turnt, you ain't worried about none of this. This video probably going over so many people's head, because that's what I'm saying. When people comfortable with a certain situation, they're not finna change, especially if they don't feel like it's affecting them or doing them any wrong.
They're addicted to the feeling. And they feel like they can't live right without the feeling, which is why some drugs are stronger than others, which is why people do the most to just get a little bit of change, to get like crack or something like that. But they're chasing that high. They're chasing a feeling. So the same people that will have no gas in their car, no food in their refrigerator, but sit here and hit me up for $8, but the whole time they talking to me, they higher than a kite. To me, that is an addiction that you have. And it's time to start being real with yourself.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, y'all, and I think I'm gonna do it. I've been doing a lot of thinking, y'all, and
what's going on?
I think I'm gonna do it. Think I'm gonna put this all down, y'all. I think I'm gonna put this all down, bro. I think I'm gonna put this all down, y'all.
5 things that
Even he don't believe that. Stop it.
I noticed when I quit smoking marijuana. I'm gonna try not to pause this video because I want it to be super authentic and I don't want to think about it too much. The first thing I could think of off bat is the dreams. Bruh, I haven't dreamt so vividly since I was a child. Like, last night, I had a vivid dream last night. I could still remember it too. When I was smoking weed and then trying to recount my dreams in the morning, I couldn't. I didn't know what I dreamt about.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really care what he chat about. Sheesh, he had a lot to say, huh?
And a lot better off.
So to y'all that's saying, well, you know, it's natural, it's from the earth, I get it. It used to be natural. It used to be from the earth. But now a lot of the stuff that y'all are smoking got chemicals in it, and it got different effects. You all that don't know, all it takes is a little bit of sprinkle of another drug to set you off into a whole different stratosphere. I know people that have gotten laced. That one time that they got laced, they started to chase what that drug was that they got laced with, changing the whole trajectory of their life. I even know some people that went into real scary states of mind mentally, and they had to be admitted into the hospital. Like, these are the things we don't talk about when we sit here and talk about, oh, you know, just smoking some trees, 6 or 7 blunts a day, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. So what I'm gonna say is, just be careful, but if you are not being productive, put it down. Take a break, see if you could take a break, and if you can't take a break, ask yourself why not. And the way I personally look at smoking, I see it as smoke entering my body and just floating around next to all my vital organs. That cannot be good, to just have smoke just floating around in my body. So I will say this, try something a little bit more natural if you deal with bad anxiety, like ashwagandha, magnesium, D3, these type of things. I'll probably tag something to the screen, maybe a book or something, I don't know. I'll find something to tag to the screen, or some ashwagandha or something like that, and y'all try that out. Maybe that'll help you wing off of it, because I know a lot of y'all be smoking because you have bad anxiety, but you will always need the substance until you deal with the reason why you have the anxiety, why you have the bad thoughts. The weed's not helping, it's just hiding it. Anyways, y'all, it's been your boy Top.
X. The weed's not helping, it's just hiding it. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people find an excuse to want to get on that medical marijuana just because they like to smoke weed and they like the feeling that it gives them. But what a lot of people fail to realize is that drugs give you this feeling, yes, but a lot of people actually take drugs to solve a problem, but that problem never actually gets solved. It just takes you to another place for a certain amount of time, and then you come back and get hit with reality and you're back in the same place, and then you're back on it again, trying to get to that feeling again, instead of actually dealing with the issues that you have. But, you know, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that. I'm just speaking on what I've observed and some experiences with personal people in my life. But other than that, I'm curious, what y'all think? At the end of the day, I'm always say, you do what you want. It's your life. You live it the best way you know how to. But I am curious to see what you guys think. So definitely drop your comments in the comment section. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I appreciate that. Other than that, and thank you, Ty. That was a great video. Subject that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but I think it definitely needs to be talked about. Y'all take it easy.